Good day. This is a short video on how to enter a custom point bearing distance waypoint in an Airbus MCDU. So for those who want a quick reference on how to enter it, here it is. You enter a point. It can be a waypoint, it can be a VOR, any navigate that's in the database, followed by a /, then the bearing from that waypoint where you want your custom waypoint to be, at what bearing from that reference waypoint or that point, followed by a /, sorry, and then the distance from that point in nautical miles. How far away do you want your custom waypoint to be from that point? And that's it. So going to the MCDU, you have to go to the flight plan page, scroll down to where you want to enter your PBD, and I'm just going to enter a PBD based on this Charlie Hotel waypoint. Charlie Hotel / bearing 270 at a distance of 7 nautical miles, and the line select key. I know from my I've done this flight a couple of times and I've studied the waypoints on my little nav map, so I know this is the coordinate, this is the correct one, and that's it. That's PBD. I don't know why it does that. Every time I do this flight and I enter this PBD or any PBD, it just adds to the number. Last time it was 05, this time it's 06. I don't know why it does that, but that's basically how you do it. And if you want to see it on the navigation display on the plan mode, let me just move this back. The ND is in plan mode right now, so if I just scroll up, MAC 50, MAC 30, Charlie Hotel, and there's PBD 06. And as I'm doing I'm planning for the IGS 13 approach into Kitech. So my next waypoint should be Sierra Lima, and there you go. But in any case, you get the idea on how to enter a PBD. So for those who want an explanation on this particular example on why I'm entering a PBD, why do I need to enter a PBD in this particular, what's the use case for entering a PBD, stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Alright, so I chatted with a representative or official of AnyBuilds on their Discord server, and I asked this question about the number being appended or added to the at the end of the PBD, and he basically told me that the PBDs are permanently stored in the MCDU, and one should be able to add stored PBDs on later flights, but currently this is not supported in this current version of the MCDU in MSFS, and this is a bug. It's on the list of bug fixes, but AnyBuilds will not commit to whether this bug will be fixed in the next update, but nevertheless it's on the list of bug fixes, and hopefully it will be fixed soon. If not in the next update, in the next few updates maybe, I don't know. But you can have a look at your stored PBDs or waypoints by going to the ref page and then clicking on next page, and then over here to find waypoints, and here you will see all of your user defined waypoints. I'm just going to delete them because if I try to add any of them right now, it's just going to say waypoint not in database, which is what the representative told me. And yeah, So this bug hopefully will be fixed soon. Any builds knows about this, and but in real life you can add a PBD to your flight plan if it is already stored. You don't need to create a new one. So I'm just going to delete my PBDs because I want to build the approach for Kitech. Right. And that's empty now. Okay. So in this particular example, I'm doing a flight from Chiang Kai-shek International at Taipei in Taiwan to Kitech and Kitech in Hong Kong. And this is on this map that you see. It's on Little Nav Map, and using Navigraph data, I can look at all the SIDS and stars that are available for the IGS-13 approach, the approach that leads into the checkerboard and the lead-in lights, and then you turn onto runway 13. So the problem with the A310 in Microsoft Flight Simulator is, it might not be a problem with the A310, it's to do with the nav data, that it does not have the stars and the IGS-13 approach related. Yeah, the stars related to the IGS-13 approach and the IGS-13 approach itself in the database. So I have to build the database manually, and I can enter this waypoint or the VORDME Charlie Hotel. It's actually Cheung Chao. If I try to pronounce it, looking from the description here. And this is the first waypoint in the approach. After transitioning from the star or the arrival, standard arrival procedure, you have to approach the Charlie Hotel or Cheung Chao VOR at 8,000 feet, and then the next waypoint is golf. Now the MCDU will allow me to enter Charlie Hotel, but it doesn't recognize golf, and I've tried it many times. It just says not in the waypoint, not in database. So looking at this, or you can look at the charts that are available on Google. You can Google them, and they're available for Kitech. The golf waypoint is at a bearing of 270. Over here it says 271, and at a bearing of 270-271 from Charlie Hotel, and at a distance of 7 nautical miles. So my PBD that I just entered into the MCDU was basically for my own custom waypoint as a replacement for the golf waypoint, because I can't enter golf into the MCDU. It's not in the nav data. So I just made a PBD that would act as my golf waypoint, and then I can add in my own restrictions for altitude and for my speed. The other case in this particular flight where I need to enter a PBD is for this Shalua. Is it Shalua? Shaluan NDB. That's a waypoint also. It's one of the waypoints in this approach, the Sierra Lima waypoint. And somehow the MCDU, when I enter the SL or Sierra Lima waypoint, it enters some other waypoint. It's at a long distance away from this. It's not in Hong Kong, at least, from as far as I can tell. So for that, I need to enter a PBD, and what I basically do is I right click here and little nav map, and I measure the distance from Cheung Chao Charlie Hotel to the SL NDB. And as you can see, the magnetic bearing is 305, so I've got that. I have my Charlie Hotel point, and the distance is 8.1 nautical miles. We can round it off. We can round it off to 8 nautical miles, and there you go. I have my second PBD, and that's all I need. I need the Charlie Hotel initial approach fix. I think it's the initial approach fix. Then I need the golf waypoint. Then I need to turn to the SL or the Sierra Lima NDB, and then after that, even if I continue straight, the aircraft should be able to capture the localizer, and this is my final approach fix. Yeah, that's the Maltese cross, and I should be at 4,500 feet at Delta 15. And after that, yeah, that's it. Then you have the outer marker, then you have the middle marker, and then the turn, and that's it. So that's my use case in this particular example. I actually got this idea from chatting on Discord. I think on the AnyBuilds server, and somebody said you can just enter a PBD for instead of golf, and I also did one for SL. And after the Shaluan NDB, all you need to do is continue straight or turn at a heading of 46 degrees, and you should be able to capture the localizer, as long as, yeah. I'd done it before, and it works. It works. So that's the use case. And now I'll bring up the chart that I have, and we can have a look at the chart also. And so I'll just bring up the chart. So I think I got this chart when I downloaded Slice custom scenery for Kitech for X-Plane 11, and it's one file, and all the charts are just combined into one file, multiple PDF pages. And what I need to show you is basically the runway 13 approach, IGS 13 approach. And here we are. The first one is this, is the IGS runway 13 approach. And as you can see, initial approach fix is CH, Charlie Hotel, yes. So Charlie Hotel is the VRDME. And next in line is the golf waypoint, as I said before. Over here it shows it's at a radial of 270 from the Qingchao VOR, and at a distance of 7 nautical miles. Fine, you can do 7.271 or 270, whichever one you want to follow. If you want to follow the chart, it's 270. Otherwise, if you want to be exact with at least from what little nav map says, you can do 271. And then there's the Shaluan NDB. That's the next waypoint. And then there's the final approach fix over here, Delta 15. I think it's over here also. No, but it shows in the nav, at least the nav data that's in the database for the little nav map, the Navigraph one, that says it's Delta 115, this point here, the final approach fix. So that's basically it. This is the IGS 13 approach. The A310 does not have either this approach or any of the related stars. I can insert most of the waypoints manually, individually, that are related to the Magog star, except for waypoint alpha. Somehow I can't enter that. So that's not that important, as the aircraft will be continuously descending after Magog or around Magog in this flight. And what is important is the approach, this entire turn and then onto the IGS-13 localizer and later on glide slope. So coming back to the IGS-13 approach, the example that I'm trying to explain, I'll just add I've deleted all my PBDs, my user-defined waypoints that I entered previously, so I'm going to enter the user-defined waypoint as a replacement for golf, which was CH or Charlie Hotel, Cheung Chau. That's the point. And it's at a bearing. My user-defined waypoint is at a bearing of 270 from Charlie Hotel and a distance of 7 nautical miles. And there we go. You have to select the correct latitude, longitude coordinates. And now for the Shah Luan. Shah Luan is at a bearing of 305. It's on a 305 radial from this Charlie Hotel or Cheung Chau VOR waypoint, and a distance of 8.1 nautical miles. I'll just keep 8. So Charlie Hotel /305/8, and over here again, and that should be it. After that, now let me have a look at the ND. Yeah, so here's Charlie Hotel, here's my replacement for the golf waypoint, here's the Shah Luan, and after that there's a 45-degree turn before you capture the glide slope, the localizer, and after that the glide slope for the IGS-13 approach. It will allow me to add the Delta 15 final approach fix. There we go. And after that I can just remove the discontinuity and let the flight plan connect straight to Kitec. And if I zoom out, there you go. So it's not perfect, but currently with the limitations of the nav data, at least we can use PBDs and it works. I've flown the actual approach once at least successfully into Kitec. But the only problem I had was the scenery, or the aircraft and the scenery both eating away at my frames, because I'm still running it on an old GTX 1060. So here I am in the A320, FlyByWire A320, and even though it recognizes the IGS-13 approach, MSFS basically converts it into a GPS approach. But in any case, I've got the golf waypoint, the Shah Luan waypoint. I don't need a PBD, but just for testing purposes, I'll try to enter PBD Charlie Hotel 270, and this time I'm just going to keep it at 5 nautical miles. Try to insert it here. Yep, that's the one. PBD01. There we go. If I look at the plan mode, plan mode, and there we go. I need to turn on the brightness of the ND. There's my PBD01, and then there's the golf waypoint. So it does allow me to enter PBDs. This is in the FlyByWire A320, which has a more modern MCDU, and Does it have a ref page or any page where I can see my stored PBDs? That I don't know. Let me have a look. So I think I found the stored waypoints. They're in the data page, page number 2, stored waypoints. And there's my PBD01. Now, what if I hope this clears up the flight plan. It does it on the Boeing. If I do this, return, will it clear up the flight plan? It does. Okay. And if I type in PBD01, yeah, oh, it allows. So it works in the A320 and the FlyByWire A320, and hopefully any builds will get it fixed in a few updates, this bug, so we can enter stored PBDs, stored user waypoints, without having to create new ones. So that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I hope I can make more tutorial videos on this product and other products that I use for flight siming.